Johnny Holiday with Maryland's head coach Mark Turgeon. And now Logan Aronhalt's been with us, as well as Jake Lehman tonight. Logan, in August, 6 months ago, you had a chance to join the Maryland staff as a grad assistant. How'd that all come about?
When I was playing in Italy, things weren't going so well. And, I really treasured my experience over there, but I knew I didn't want to continue. So the logical next step for me was to come back and finish my degree, which I knew I absolutely wanted to finish. So I started speaking with Coach about possibly being a grad assistant, be a part of the program again, be a part of something special, and get school paid for.
It's worked out good.
It's worked out really well. At times.
Yeah, Coach mentioned, talk about some of the duties that you guys have.
I think we do a little bit of everything. First off, we live with the guys. So I have Mello Trimble, Jared Nickens, and Michael Tchaikovsky in my room, which is actually a joy because they're three good kids that usually quiet most of the time, so I can relax a little bit when I'm the few hours that I am home during the week. But they're great to be around. Other things we do are class checks, which are a pain. Being out in the cold on our golf cart, driving around campus, making sure guys are there and tracking them down when they're not. But then again, they're great kids, so they're there most of the time. Every once in a while we'll get one, but they're there the majority of the time. And then everything in the office, from planning travel to help cut film, anything the coaches need, we're there to support them and kind of ease their workload a little bit.
And a stepping stone, Coach, I would imagine, to a coaching position later on somewhere.
Yeah, if that's what he wants to do. Logan might be too smart to get into coaching, so we'll see. But, I think he wants to finish his education first. He's gaining a lot of valuable experience just to be around a program and see it not as a player and all the things that go into it. It's kind of eye-opening for young men when they first get into it. So he's been great. They all work. They got their own little office back there. There's 5 or 6 of them, and they put on a lot of work daily for us.
And also the fact that you, being a guy that played here only a couple of years ago, has, I think, a major effect on these guys because you've been through everything that they're going through. How tough it is and how challenging it is. Yeah,
absolutely. And I try to translate to them what exactly Coach wants because I think I got a pretty good feel for Coach's style and the things he really demands from his players. And also just how to be a better student, how to be a better person, how to manage your time and really get things done. Because it's tough to be a young 18, 19-year-old kid coming to college and all of a sudden you're putting in 12, 14-hour days between class, study hall, practice, being in the training room, getting up extra shots. It's tough for those guys. So I try to help them, if it's off the court, just managing their time and how to be the best.
And obviously academics was always important to you and your family for what you did your days in high school and in college.
Yeah, there was something that was non-negotiable with my parents. I always had to have good grades. And it's just something that stuck with me throughout college and now into grad school. And it's really becoming a struggle right now to find time to work on my graduate degree. But I am going to get it done. And, I keep telling myself that and my parents that. And, come May, one way or another, I'm going to be walking across that stage getting a degree.
Great. Done a great job, Coach, for you.
Yeah, he has, and they all do a great job. They put on a lot of work, and it's good. It's what the real world's about. And, when you're a player, you don't really live in the real world. Now I call him a has-been, and they have to do all the stuff that the real world has to do. So he's learning the work ethic and habits you need to be successful out there. So great kid. Glad he's on his staff.
And Logan, you learned the game from your dad. You played for your dad at Zanesville High School in Ohio.
Yeah, I did. He's been coaching there for about 24 years, I believe, and still going strong. Keeps telling me every year that this is his last, and I think that was 10 years ago when he started telling me that. So he loves the game, loves being around it, and that's kind of translated into me and my personality.
How was it playing for your dad? Had to be a thrill.
Oh, yeah. There were
and
lots
tough,
of ups and
too,
downs.
right? Was he tough on you?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. There were many, many nights where my mom was the mediator of a couple fights here and there. But, I'm really happy I played for him. He was definitely tough on me, but it made me a much better person and a much better player in the end.
How'd you pick Albany to go to school?
I just thought it was a great fit. The coaches recruited me pretty hard. They showed that they wanted me. They were a successful program at the time, and they still are a successful program. I just thought it was a great place to go and continue my education.
And certainly, Coach, something the guys in this team can learn from Logan. Academic All-American while he was at Albany. That says something about getting it done in the classroom and on the floor. Everybody was kind of holding their breath on the opposition because all you were doing was draining three-pointers. You hit something like 45% from three.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm a simple guy. My basketball game is the same too. Coach brought me in to do one thing and one thing only.
And you knew that. Yeah,
shoot
exactly.
threes. He knew not to expect much passing, dribbling. Probably not a lot of defense either, but I would shoot a lot of threes.
How about?
That's what I was proud of. In his year here, he really got better defensively, and he got better at dribbling, and it was something we really worked on with him, and he got a lot better. But to come in as a specialist and have to make threes, that's not easy to do. And he made it. I think it was 48% that year, and that's hard to do. And he really helped us win a lot of games.
There's an art to making three-pointers, isn't it? Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, and that's really all there is to it. Repetition. Finding your groove. And actually, the grad assistant when I was playing, Ryan Richmond, our workouts used to be come in, no warm up, and just start shooting threes because that's what I had to do in the game. Come right off the bench cold, maybe at the 8-minute mark, and just shoot shots. So that's what I practiced.
Talk a little bit about what you learned from Coach Turgeon playing the 1 year for him.
Oh, wow. Where to start with that one? I think first off, his passion for the game and for the players, just keeping things in perspective. It's more about the people and treating them well, and just from the game, just adjustments. The way he sees the game is unbelievable, and I try to mimic him during practice and recall 3 or 4 plays, but I get lost so quickly. But he does it every time.
And did you think coming to Maryland for your grad work that you had learned everything there was to learn about basketball until you played for Coach Turgeon? There's a lot more to learn.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I played for my dad, I thought I had it all figured out.
Sure.
And I love to tell him that every day, too. But, when I played for Coach and I played in Italy, I realized that I'd only learned a very, very small percentage of the game of basketball. And, I've only learned a little bit more now that I'm here. And I think it would take me the rest of my life to learn everything that Coach knows. And I don't know if I could ever get there.
You talked about playing in Italy. I can't even pronounce the name of the team you played. Where was the team located?
The team was in Casal Pusterlengo, Italy.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
45 minutes out.
45 minutes from nowhere.
It was out there a little bit. No, it was 45 minutes south of Milan. It's actually Casal Pusterlengo is the longest name, 16 letters, the longest name of any town in Italy. So it was a mouthful. People still have no idea what I'm saying to them when I tell them I went there. And no one's ever heard of it. But it was a great experience. I would never trade it for anything. I just didn't think I wanted to go back and experience another year over there.
Sure. How many Americans on the team?
I was the only one for the first 5 months. Then we picked up another guy. His name is Alvin Young. He was 38 years old, been in Italy for 15 years playing. So he had a little bit more experience than I did over there, and he loved it. He had a lot of friends everywhere. I think he'd been playing in almost every city that we went to because every road game he's hanging out with his friends always. But
it's called experience. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Johnny's got a lot more.
I got a lot. Yeah. We're gonna take a break.